What is going on, everybody? So today I'm doing something a little bit different. This isn't a review. This isn't a list video, none of those things. Today I want to ask you guys a couple of questions, and I've been doing this for going on 4 years now, pretty consistently. For the past few years, at least, I've released a video every single day, and I love doing it. One of my favorite parts about this is just the incredible comments that you guys leave, because I never just get like a sentence. You guys always are incredibly thoughtful and engaging. And that's really the reason I started doing this, was because for a long time, I just wanted to share in conversation and discuss movies with people who felt the same way as me about film. And because of that, because of this channel in particular, I've been able to talk to a lot of you guys and like have really great conversations. And in some of my lowest moments where my mental health just gets to the worst, this is really what provides me a lot of that joy. And I'm watching it grow. I'm obviously not anywhere near the biggest movie reviewer creator on YouTube, but I'm getting close to 3,000 subscribers, and I put in a lot of hard work and time and effort and energy into not only, watching the content for these videos, but like coming up with ideas for different videos and then recording and then editing and publishing them for you guys. And so it's a pretty long process, but it's something that I really enjoy. But one of the things, like I said, that I love so much about this is how communicative you guys are with me about specific things. And this year, if you haven't noticed, one of my favorite things that we've done because of a Q&A that I did a while ago is the request segment on the channel, where I take you guys' requests and I review the movies that you request for me. And I've been having a blast. I think I've done 17 or 18 of you guys' requests so far since the beginning of January. And obviously I fit it in with new releases and all the other segments that I do on my channel, but I've really loved it. I think it's been really great, and I very much appreciated that. So it got me thinking about some different ideas and things that I have planned for the channel that I want to run by you guys first to kind of gauge and see which of these sounds the most interesting to you. What would you guys like to see of these new segments that I've come up with? Because I think, there's something to be said about the fulfillment that I get out of this, because watching movies and sharing my opinion is something I'm very passionate about. And it's really like my drive every single day is like, I love to learn and grow as a reviewer and provide thoughtful and engaging feedback on film that gives you something to take away about it that maybe you didn't take away on your own. And like, I don't ever want to formulate someone's opinion on a film. I don't want people to come to my channel and be like, oh God, now this is how I have to think about a movie. I just want to provide feedback to maybe get you to think about something in a different way, or possibly provide context into something, into an idea you already have. And that's why I love doing this. And I feel like that's a lot of the conversation that exists. But I also want you guys to love what I'm doing. I want you to appreciate it. I want you to enjoy the content, and I want it to be things that you want to watch. So I have some different ideas that I have written down that I'd like to run by you. And I want you guys in the comments to kind of discuss which of these things sound the most interesting to you. Which of these things would you like the most on the channel if I did them as videos? So the first thing I'm going to do, regardless, is I'd like to do another Q&A with you guys, because I absolutely loved it last time. And I've had through some videos recently, people leave some questions. And so if you have any questions that you would like to ask me for another Q&A video, it can be about a specific movie. It can be about movies in general. It can just be about me. Whatever you guys want to do, you can leave those comments down below. I'm going to compile them and do another Q&A video. I have some saved from some previous videos that people have asked as well, so I'm going to try to compile as many as I possibly can. I think that last Q&A video went for about 20 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it at the same length, and if I get a large overflow of questions, I'll do a part two. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I'm probably doing that regardless, another Q&A video, because it's something that I really appreciated. So up next, for an idea that I have for a segment I'd like to do on the channel, is I would like to attempt to watch every single Best Picture winner since the creation of the Oscars. I've seen a couple other people do this, and it's part of my film knowledge that I really want to have cohesively, is to see which movie took away Best Picture every single year. But to keep it interesting, instead of just going from like the oldest Oscars to modern or from modern back to the oldest, I'm going to put the years in a wheel and I'm going to spin it every single week. And whatever year it lands on is the movie that I'm going to review. And I thought that that would be a really fun way to kind of like see how the Academy has changed over the years, look at what was deserving in the time for Best Pictures, and then kind of give my thoughts and put them together, and possibly as I work my way through, when I hit like 30 or 60 or however many, ranking them from like my least favorite Best Picture winner to my favorite Best Picture winner. And I just thought that that would be a really entertaining and fun segment to do. Up next is a director series. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, where I pick a specific director and spend an entire segment doing nothing but reviewing their filmography. So going like video to video to video with each and every one of the movies in their filmography, from the oldest movie that they've made until I get to modern. And I figured that like I have some directors in mind that are my favorite, but like if there are specific directors that you'd like to see me do their material, I could come up with like a compiling list of directors you would like me to visit, along with the ones that I plan on talking about in particular. But I love examining directors' work and talking about directors in particular. And I thought doing a series where I review every single film in a director's filmography is a fun way for me to kind of hone in on someone's work for a specific period of time. And then as the movies progress, I can talk about how they have progressed as a filmmaker and see changes they've made in like direction or blocking or things they get out of their actors or cinematography, musical choices, all of those things. And it's something that's just fun for me as a way to complete some directors' filmographies that I've never completed before. Up next, I am a huge fan of schlock. I have talked about it a million times. I love movies that are goofy and over the top and ridiculous. And so I would love to do something that's a little bit on the lighter side, where I review so bad it's good movies, movies that I love that might not necessarily be considered classics or considered great movies, but that I can kind of pick apart and break down in a way, maybe show some specific scenes and kind of commentate on those scenes in particular, and just kind of break down why I love some of these so bad it's good movies. I know I love talking about like high quality, highbrow cinema, especially like indie art films, and like showcasing some filmmakers that don't necessarily get that level of light of day. But I also like having fun. You guys seem to really love when I rip on movies, and in So Bad It's Good instance, there would be kind of a mix of like ripping on what's really bad about the movie, but also kind of like shining a light on what makes it so special. And that's just something I've wanted to do for a really long time that I haven't necessarily started, but just curious as to what you guys would think about that. And then I've talked about this before. I went to school where I did a lot of culinary classes. Cooking and food is very important to me. So I thought about starting a series about food movies and talking about movies that are specifically about food, and obviously breaking down and discussing the filmmaking elements and all of those aspects of it, but also kind of diving into the food aspects and like the cooking and the procedure to like how the filmmakers kind of block and showcase the presentation of the film, talking about the accuracy and how the food is prepared, all of the little bits and pieces of detail that go into making movies about the creation of food. It's something that I still love to this day. I love to cook. I cook as often as I possibly can. I always try to add new recipes into my rotation. And I just thought that that might be a fun segment as well for you guys. And then the last one I have for you today, and this honestly isn't about movies, which you might be surprised. I tried this back a ways, just picking some of my favorite albums and talking about them in great detail. But something you guys don't know about me, because I've never really talked about it before, I am a vinyl record collector. I own probably over 1,200 physical albums. I have a very large record collection and I'm constantly adding to it. And I love music. It is such an enormous part of my life. I'm not a music scholar by any means. There's a lot of people on this website that are educated musically, went to school, got music degrees. I don't have that by any means, but I do love music, and I feel a very specific way about lyricism and presentation in music and how it's crafted and certain things of that nature. And because of that, I have a very large record collection with a wide variety of genres and artists, and I would love to have an excuse to talk about some of those albums. And so I thought what would be fun is to make one of those like digital wheels that has the alphabet on it, and then a yes or no thing with soundtracks, and to spin the wheel and get a letter, and essentially, like, with that letter, review an album. And I also, like I said, with soundtracks, I have a very large film soundtrack catalog. I have a huge wide array of film soundtracks and scores, and so I could just specifically do one of those, but I could randomly spin the wheel, and when I get a letter, select an album at random to talk about with you guys, so you can get a little bit of an idea of what my music taste is, which, it's, if I had to describe it in any way, shape, or form, it's chaotic. I like a lot of different styles and genres of music, which gives me such a large record collection. And I just love music the way that I love movies. I haven't really had the same level of time and energy to discuss music as I have movies on this channel, but I thought that would be a fun way to do that if it's something that you guys want. And like I said before, all of these ideas that I've expressed, it's really like things that I'd like to do because they're fun for me. But I'd also love to hear which of these ideas sound the most interesting to you. And always, if you have a different idea, go ahead and let me know in the comments. You guys have helped come up with the idea for the request segment. I've been having a blast with it, and I love to engage with you guys. I'm not at a platform yet where I have to read 17,000 comments a day just to engage with you guys. And I want, as long as it's at this size, to be able to engage with you in a personal way that works. And I just appreciate each and every one of you guys. It means the world to me. I really can't believe that I'm like less than 150 or something away from 3,000 subscribers. I know I'm not blowing up the way that a lot of other people do, but one of the things that I appreciate is it seems like the people out there who follow me actually give a damn. Like, you guys take the time to watch the content, you take the time to actually provide thoughtful analysis, and it's not just like a good review, nice job. It's always like a lot of things that give me something to look forward to every day. Like, it might take me a couple days to respond to comments just with everything else going on, and I also want to like take the time to sit down and respond to you guys in a thoughtful way, not just to where I feel like I'm throwing out two sentences and say move on. So I appreciate you guys so very much, and I hope that you've been enjoying the content. I feel like the reactions that I've been getting, the likes and the comments and stuff, it seems like you guys really are appreciating it. And this was just a way for me to be able to try to give you guys some ideas as to what I'd like to do in the future, and for you guys to tell me which of these sounds the most fun to you. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.